Hi, welcome to Training Talk. My name is John Cullen, and I'm your host for the weekly series here at the Institute of Police Technology and Management, as we offer you a look inside of different training tips, case studies, and some of the excellent classes we offer as we strive to train the next generation of law enforcement. At this time, I'm going to send you over to our subject matter expert who's going to share this week's weekly tip.
Greetings and welcome to the online section where these are some of the videos we've been doing just to kind of bring you up to speed on some short topics. We're going to talk to you today about Luminol. Luminol is one of those blood presumptive tests that's been around, since 1937. You go all the way back to 1937. You have this forensic analyst, specialist in the field, investigator. His name is Walter Speck, and he discovers this product or learns about it. It actually, all the way back to the early 1900s, it was used by miners who were looking for copper mines. They would spray it in the field at night, wherever they saw the geology would be consistent with possibly finding copper, and it was called luciferin in its earliest days. So he grabs this, and he's just curious if he can get a peroxidase activity chemiluminescent response from blood. And so bottom line is he puts blood out on the grass, he puts blood on a number of objects, and sure enough, he gets a hit, he gets this chemiluminescent response. So he publishes a paper, and from that time forward, more and more we start to see people actually getting involved with it. But it was probably the 60s and 70s that it really started to gain some momentum as far as agencies actually incorporated it into their arsenal of processing crime scenes. So at heart, at the center of it all, luminol is actually going to be a blood presumptive. Contrary to popular belief, some people think of it as a print enhancer or to develop a blood print. In the course of using it, we're going to find some patterns, but there are some other products that are better if I suspect that I've actually got a bloody fingerprint on a dark blue surface of a firearm or something like that. Luminol would be the very last thing I would think about doing it, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about why that's the case. But it's a blood presumptive test. All blood presumptive tests are actually going to be rated by their specificity and their sensitivity. So they do that in two different ways. How specific is it? Can we say in any one particular fashion, is this going to be human blood or horse or cow or whatever the case might be? And the second part of it is going to be sensitivity. How specific is it for blood, and how does it have any false positives also, and how sensitive it might be. Sensitivity on luminol has actually been tested all the way up to 1 in 1 million parts diluted into water. That's crazy. That's a bathtub full of water. So it's incredibly sensitive, but it's not terribly specific. And when I say that, I'm not talking about its ability to find human blood over other bloods. All blood presumptive tests can't tell us that. But what we're trying to determine is, does it have any false positives? And unfortunately, yes, it does. Plant peroxidases are a problem for it. So using it outdoors would be kind of challenging. In addition to that, strong oxidizers. When people have actually tried to clean up crime scenes, they may damage our ability to recover any usable blood. But having said that, what it will indicate for us is the actual cleanup, right? In addition to that, what we're able to determine from the primary reason we're using luminol is to look for hidden blood, all right? So that's our goal. Luminol is fantastic in that regard. We're going to use it last, okay? Very important to remember that as well. We're going to use it last at the crime scene. On a few occasions, we've tested like some cold case scenes where we may have used it up front. But the bottom line is we're really looking to use that primarily as the very last thing. Get all of the evidence up, all of the evidence collected, everything out of the house. And now we're going to spray and treat the carpets and floors, anything inside the house with luminol. As we're going through the scene with luminol, a couple of things to remember about it. When you're working with luminol, you're going to be the fact is it's a product that's very, very slippery. Okay, with pH, if you know anything about pH, it goes from 0 to 14. And the reality of it is, and 7 is neutral, this stuff has been luminol has been treated either with sodium carbonate or with sodium hydroxide to make it much sweeter. And so with the traditional luminol, it's going to be at about almost an 11. With doing that, it becomes very, very slippery. So we're going to start somewhere in the corner, work our way out so that we're not slipping, and also not stepping in it and creating other footwear there. Even if we're wearing shoe covers, that could be a problem for us in later videos. So that's how we're going to use it. It's an incredible product for helping us locate blood. Remember, the most important thing is when we do see a true blue chemiluminescent response, we need to test that with a better blood presumptive test that actually doesn't have any issues with false positives, something that's very specific for blood, like phenolphthalein. Once we test it, we've got our color change with the phenolphthalein product. Now it's time to stop, go ahead and bring the lights back up and get our camera in place, get our scale down there, manually focus on the whatever surface we're going to be spraying on, and now do the photography. So we're kind of set up to maybe demonstrate that for you. So here we go. So we're just going to do a short demo to just show you the actual luminescence that's going to occur here on this. We have a area here that we've actually set up some things to look at. All right. So with luminol, we always just barely want to mist it. We don't want to get too hot, too heavy, regardless of the brand name, whether it's traditional luminol or Blue Star. They're both water-based. And with that being the case, blood is also water-soluble, and we can damage our ability to get DNA from the blood. If we oversaturate, if we just mist, we can get DNA results with both products, no problem. Thanks for watching. This has been just a discussion on how luminol works, just some of the fundamentals of it. And a future video, we'll actually be going over photo settings, the settings on the camera for actually recording it, and getting more detailed into the interpretation of what we're actually seeing. All right. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for watching this week's Training Talk tip. We hope that you found this beneficial. As you move forward in your investigations, please be sure to comment if there's any future Training Talk tips that we could bring to you or areas of interest. And while doing so, we'd like you to follow us on all of our social media channels so that you can stay in tune with the latest training. While doing so, also check us out at IPTM.org, where we have a large catalog of courses that are offered throughout the country. And if there's not one nearby, perhaps reach out to us and we could bring the training to you. Again, we hope that you follow along, found this useful, and we look forward to seeing you next week.